We are Two Guys Playing Zelda, and you can follow us on Twitter at Two Guys Play Zelda or email us at twoguys.playingzelda@gmail.com.
This is part 3 of our video walkthrough for the Spirit Temple. And right off the bat here, be careful when you approach that treasure chest because that light drops down and it will eat you.
And it will take your Hylian shield too. And I think I got caught by one in Ganon's Castle. I don't know if it takes the mirror shield actually.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I might actually got caught later in Temple, but I think it probably does actually.
One thing I do like about those likes, they usually drop a lot of rupees. They usually drop at least
20, which we need them for what right now? What else do we have left to buy?
I keep thinking the original Legend of Zelda, which we recently played through, where you're always short on rupees.
That's the one thing I don't like about this game is that you never you don't buy anything at the end of the game really. I wish there was something at the end that you had to buy.
Yeah, some big 500 or 600 rupee item or something. Who knows what it could be, but.
But you bring up a good point. The first original Zelda. It's really hard. Link's Awakening, it's hard to get rupees in that too.
It is.
And then Link to the Past was oh, here's 300.
Yeah, exactly. You get to 999 in that one in no time.
And then this one we had the Fire Temple had 200 rupee.
Yep.
There's a couple silver rupees. So it's kind of easy to get rupees. And you don't really have to buy that much.
It may have taken us a few tries to get that 200 rupees in the Fire Temple.
Yeah, but not from our video.
It looks pretty good in our video. I'll say.
Video editing, folks.
Yes. I don't think you guys wanted to watch me hook-shotting around for 20 minutes. Whoa!
If they only knew how many mistakes we've fixed.
Oh my goodness! I kind of like the trick here where you have to use the lens of truth to see this Wallmaster. It's a little flashback to the Shadow Temple.
And I think I said this in a Shadow Temple, but the best way to get rid of them is do a spin attack.
Yep.
But you want to get off the Lens of Truth to actually do a spin attack right there. You can't do the magic attack if you have the Lens of Truth going at the same time.
Now here's a nice little, not a difficult puzzle, but it's kind of cool how there's 3 of these sun symbols you could hit with the light, but you got to get the right one.
And I think that first one might actually be one of the treasure chests. When you open it, you freeze.
I believe so.
Either that or the second one. Don't open the first 2.
Yeah, obviously when it makes that noise saying, "Hey, this isn't the right one."
Yeah.
Don't open those.
Well, I think Worm has a recovery heart, but there's no need to open either one of those.
No.
And then the third one, I don't even know what the fourth one does.
I'm not sure.
With you.
And this is that huge main room that we discussed in one of our earlier parts.
Room.
It's a great. It really ties the two.
It probably is one of my favorite rooms in the whole game. Probably.
I would tend to agree with you. It just really ties the young and adult Link sides together. And
yep, that was a video edit. Thanks for pausing there, Red.
Sorry,
and making it noticeable.
That kind of threw me off.
Next time I'll bring up our next video edit, and you just be quiet.
That sounds good. Sounds good.
I was gonna say something threw you off there.
That is a tough jump. That is a tough jump though with the.
It is. I definitely. Well, I think I rolled off of it the first time.
Yep. It's pretty cool getting there and then having to hook shot across to the other hand where the other treasure chest just dropped down. It's just neat. There's everything about this room. I'm a huge fan.
I'm surprised. I know you have the long shot, but I'm actually surprised it made it that far. That looks like a distance right there.
Especially because the dot doesn't show up until you hit up the hand, I don't think. And you had to aim slightly above it, I believe.
Maybe.
Nice jump there, though.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, every once in a while I get a good one.
Yep. If you remember where
every once in a while, Two Guys does something right.
It doesn't happen often.
It might just be a jump, but we do it right.
And what we're going to do here is use our rather dull, unimaginative
God, I did make the worst song. It's easy to remember, but yeah, it makes something a little more creative.
I think easy to remember is the most important thing, though.
It is.
I probably would hit A.
It is. Actually, I don't know if you can do that. Can you do that?
Maybe not. I don't know.
I think you gotta use different notes, but actually I'm just making that up. I'm not sure at all.
But the only reason to even do it here is to get the Skulltula.
Yeah. There's quite a bit of Skulltulas in here. We've already got 3,
I believe.
4. Actually, I was gonna say almost 5.
There were quite a few. I agree with you on that.
And then we go back to the other side, and then we'll get there. We'll hit switch.
Yep.
That'll open a door right there, kind of in the middle. And all there is inside that door is an elevator that'll go down to the main lobby. If you die or whatever, we can get a shortcut. Yeah, shortcut basically.
Or if you need to leave the dungeon for some reason, you need more fairies out front. Which if you do...
Oh, okay, that's actually a good point. It's why would you have to go back outside? But that's a very good point, actually.
Honestly, though, if you need more fairies at this point...
Just I said, it's not a hard dungeon. There's really... It's more of a puzzle temple.
It is.
Dungeon. I always say dungeon. It's more of a puzzle temple than it really is enemies all in it. So
yeah, because the enemies have been relatively easy so far.
Yeah, there's not really many of them either.
The hardest one was probably the Iron Knuckle as young Link.
There's not even enemies in this whole room. This is the biggest room in the whole temple.
And one of the best rooms in the whole game.
Yes.
Yeah, here's where we mentioned what we're going to do here is push some blocks around, and it creates a shortcut to the front. And thank you for fast forwarding through this though, because it takes forever to do it.
I try to fast forward through these parts.
Oh yeah, I hear you. Yeah, like we said, it's just if you ever need to leave the dungeon for some reason, or if you die, You just get a shortcut.
That's a good point with the fairies. Like we're at what's called the
Oasis.
pond. Yeah, the Oasis. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a good shortcut right there.
Yep.
So you definitely don't want to go all the way back through this thing.
No.
But it's not really. I mean, it's a big temple, but it's not really big.
No, the two halves individually aren't that long.
That's what it is. It's broken into two halves. You get to either half.
And put them together, it's still a 45-minute dungeon.
Oh yeah, it's a very long. This was actually the only dungeon I think we had 4 parts for. I'm pretty sure.
It might be actually. Maybe
no, Fire Temple. Fire Temple.
Oh yeah, we did. Two of those were kind of short though.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because you played through it. But.
Hey, once I did some editing, it wasn't so bad. Oh yeah, it wasn't good pre-editing though.
It's true. 2 of them were 8 minutes long, so you could have made it 3 parts if you would have made the beginning ones longer.
Yeah. It's hard to sit through 16, 17-minute videos though sometimes.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Oh,
and here's the room you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, with the 3.
You said didn't Spire works in here?
Yeah. I think I used it, and
you have to use it in the middle or something.
I think I was only close enough to kill 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
And then I also think you can use the fire arrows if you want to. I'm again not positive on that because I didn't try it. But
the fire arrow, if fire kills them, you would think you could use that.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good point. I never even thought about
experiment with this sometime.
Yeah.
Next time we play through.
You would think fire kills them, so you would think the fire arrows would do it.
So if you're here in this game watching this walkthrough, try the fire arrows. See what happens.
And you can also just do this too.
Yeah.
Which is really how you're supposed to solve the puzzle. I never knew that block was there. Like the first couple times I played through this game, I never really paid attention to Navi getting green. So I just blocked her out. I blocked her out like in the very first part of the game. And
I don't blame you.
Those blocks that she would like fly to and turn green, I never knew they were actually there.
And basically, if you just move kind of clockwise around that room, each of those guys that mirrors your movements will eventually go into the flame.
Yeah. And right here, you just want to shoot this guy, and he'll get stuck on this switch actually for just a little while. Just for a little while, then you want to go to the door right there.
Long enough for you to get through the door, at least.
Another cool walkway right here.
And I believe this is the second Iron Knuckle fight.
I think it is. I think we fight him, and then we get the mirror shield.
Tell you what, though, he's a heck of a lot easier with the big Goron sword than he was with the little toy kid sword.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And a nice little trick here is to use your whatever shield that is you have now.
The Hylian shield?
No,
Neighbor's Love. That's called Neighbor's Love.
Yeah, thank you. Which will totally, he'll still knock you backwards, but it will actually protect you from getting any damage. It's not necessary, but
I think I actually do use it on the very last one.
Okay, yeah, good idea. Because he still does some damage.
You still get knocked down, but yeah, you don't take any damage if you use it. So
yeah, but like we said, with the big Goron sword, he's
definitely.
A quarter of the time he took with the regular sword.
Oh yeah, he's a lot faster with that big Goron sword.
Yes. Yeah, if you don't have that big Goron sword at this point, though, get it.
Yeah. Oh, you should. Well, actually, there's a pretty big train sequence in it, so you might not have it.
It takes time.
Oh, it's so much faster, and you kill enemies so much quicker than the Master Sword.
Yep. And now here we get the second treasure of the dungeon, the mirror shield. Which is great. It'll, as its name suggests, it will reflect sunlight around the room. You can use it to direct sunlight. You can use it to direct certain types of magic.
And then you also use it against the boss and their magic spells. I guess are they called magic spells? Magic projectiles, whatever you want to call them. Magic beams.
Yeah, but most importantly, we'll use it to get through here just to solve some of the puzzles we still have in this dungeon. And a really neat thing is, even when it's on your back like that, if you walk into a beam of sunlight, it will throw a reflection of the shield onto the surface somewhere.
One thing you gotta make sure of though, if you have the sword out and you're trying to use a shield, you can't aim it. So you want to have your sword put on your back
sheath,
and so you can kind of move the shield around. Yeah, if you have your sword out, you can't really move the sunlight around or aim it. I guess you could say.
You'll see the consequences of that when we're trying to fight Twinrova later on. Yeah, it's bad, or it was at least on my run through.
I don't think either one of us had a very good run through, to be honest with you.
But now that we use that mirror shield to open the door, we got the key. We can open this door.
And then right here, you actually want to kill these. I think they are called Beamos. You want to kill them real fast because they will cause you a lot of pain.
They certainly will.
Because I don't know. Can they shoot up? I don't think they can shoot up, but still, just get them out of the way. They're not hard to get out of the way, so go ahead and do it.
Well, plus, if you're kind of waiting there at the bottom to climb up until the things align themselves.
And actually, there's a trick I use right here. If you get on the right spot, I missed it right here the first time. Well, I don't miss it, but if you step back a little bit, you can actually hook shot all the way to the top one,
which is so much easier.
Oh yeah, so just make sure you get the right spot. Yep, just be right there, and then don't run to the spike right after you're done.
Good advice. Good advice. You're not really thinking about the spike. You're thinking about the.
No, well, I didn't know it was there. That's why I ran into
You're
it.
thinking about the BMOs that are about
The camera didn't get back up around quick enough.
You were too quick for it.
That's true.
But again, we'll use Zelda's Lullaby here for the second or third time in this dungeon.
We have played it quite a bit.
Yeah, thank God it's the first one you learn and the easiest one to remember, right?
Yes.
Well, except for the Scarecrow song.
Yeah. Scarecrow song's pretty easy to learn.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is an old enemy from the Fire Temple right here.
Yep. I think it's a neat little trick. You can use the hammer from the Fire Temple and flip them all onto their backs.
Makes them a lot easier to kill, in my opinion.
And they all drop magic, which you probably shouldn't need at this point.
No, you really don't use a lot of magic in this dungeon.
No. If you've been using, like,
I'll use Neighbor's Love later on in one of those Iron Knuckle fights, but it still doesn't use that much magic.
Or maybe if you use Dense Fire to kill some of those creatures we talked about earlier.
That's true. Dense Fire does take a lot of magic, if I remember correctly.
It does. But at this point, we have our extended magic meter. Yeah, and I think our So you shouldn't need.
You were gonna say something else right there? did you blank right there or something?
I had a moment there. I had a brain cramp.
I was sitting there waiting for what you were going to say, and you just kind of went right on to the next subject.
For some reason, I was thinking there was something that made the magic you use cut in half. But that may have been a different Zelda game entirely.
That was Link to the Past, where you had the half thing.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
You put magic powder in that one hand below the ground and make sure your magic mirror only use half of it or whatever.
Yeah.
So, in this game, you double your magic.
Same effect.
Yeah. So yeah, it's actually the same thing pretty much.
Yeah. Now this is a pretty neat little puzzle here. What we're going to have to do is move around a bit of a block of rooms to eventually get sunlight to shine into that giant mirror that's hanging on the wall.
And I might be stupid, but this room, I think, the very first time I played this, actually took me quite a while to figure out, to be honest with you.
Oh, it probably did for me too as well.
I don't know if I just, I think I got the light, reflecting the right way.
Yeah.
But I just never thought about shining the sun, or I didn't see that sun on the wall, or I don't know what it was. Too much going on, I guess.
You were distracted by the awesomeness of the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically what you have to do is just position the mirrors to push the sunlight all the way around this big square, basically.
Yeah, I missed this guy right here.
Oh.
He's just a little bit out of my range. I thought the jump tech was going to get him.
I thought that I was going to get him, especially with the big Oron sword. It's got a little more range.
I could have been to the side, who knows?
Yeah. We're not perfect.
No, we're far from perfect.
We don't try to be. We don't try to be and we don't claim to be. We do have a lot of fun, though.
Like I said, it's commentary, not a guide.
Exactly.
Although it says walkthrough.
False advertising.
Yeah. We're not making any money, so.
No. Yeah, this does take a little bit of time, though. You gotta deal with these Dodongos and those floating...
Those are,
Liz Alphos or whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. I think it might be... No, Liz Alphos doesn't sound right. Whatever. Lizards.
Yeah, lizards. They're a little easier with the...
We make our own names for our enemies.
Yeah, the lizard guy with a sword. Mini blobs.
They're definitely not mini blobs from our original Zelda.
Yep. But now that we've got the sunlight bouncing all the way around the square, we can go back to this previous room and finally...
We'll shine the light on the sunshine on the wall. Yep. If you want to get rid of these pots first, kind of get them out of the way.
Pottery of death.
Like I said, if you're having a hard time aiming it right here, make sure your sword is in whatever you call that.
It's in its sheath.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
I believe so.
And I absolutely love this cinematic right here. I think it's one of the best, really, in the Zelda game, to be honest with you.
It really is. Having this platform lower you back down into this room that we've talked about so much. And you're just dangling here in front of this big snake lady face.
And this part right here actually took me a long time to figure out.
I agree, yeah. If you look at your map, you see the boss symbol, you'll know to hookshot across your way over there. And once we get over there, we're going to encounter the boss door, and that'll lead us to our final showdown with Twinrova.